Honestly, I think we've known this for a pretty long time, but the Boston Celtics are the team to beat. And with tonight's dominant performance over the Cavaliers in a huge bounce back game, it honestly seems like they are championship favorites right now. Even though the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, and all those Western Conference teams look so good, the Celtics just look better. I mean, between Jason Tatum having crazy nights basically every night, Jaylen Brown finally stepping up, and Drew Holiday playing like his prime, with also other pieces playing horribly, meaning that the Celtics could have played much better than this in a 13-point win. They honestly seem just unstoppable. I mean, you had Tatum drop 33, 13, and 6. Jaylen Brown dropped 28, 9, and 3. Drew Holiday 18, 8, and 5. They alone combined for more than half of the Celtics' points. But this is where it gets really shocking. Because you expect, yes, those guys had great games, but you would expect some supporting players to come in clutch, right? No, absolutely not. Derek White, 30% from field with 12 points. Al Horford, 2 points, 14% from field, and no one else had more than 5 points except for those four players. Honestly, it was really impressive. The top end talent really showed out, and that was even without Kristaps Porzingis or Xavier Tillman playing, who was a new addition and definitely a valuable center that could maybe even start for them while they don't have Kristaps Porzingis. They're honestly just a great team, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down why I think they're the favorites to win the 2024 NBA Championship. Now, just stick around and hear me out for this one, because it's going to be interesting. First things first, I already went through all the key stats, but let's go through shooting percentages, because that's what dictates most of the games. Because as we all know, the team who shoots better makes more shots and generally wins the game. So tonight, the Celtics shot 51% from the field compared to the Cavs' 42%. I mean, they just made more shots, they made their shots more efficiently, and honestly, that's the key to winning games. Additionally, they sank one more three-pointer while attempting two less, accounting for 5% better field goal percentage from the beyond the arc, and honestly, that was the story of the game. Second chance opportunities combined with three-pointers really swung the entire game to the Celtics' favor. I mean, in the first quarter, it wasn't going to look like a huge blowout for the Celtics. The score ended 30-28, and the Cavs had a pretty sizable lead at one point. They were up by 7 at one point, and the game kept swinging back and forth like a pendulum. But in the second quarter, the Celtics really blew it all up. They outscored the Cavs 27-20, and then after halftime, the Celtics went on an absolute tear. They did not let the Cavaliers score any points for over 3 minutes, while they scored 11 points, bringing the lead up to 20, and that's basically when the game was over, but the Cavaliers managed to fight back somehow. Even though they were down by so much, they managed to bring the game really close, even to within 8 at one point, and honestly, all the momentum was in their favor. This Boston Celtics team is just too good to lose like that. They are just so unstoppable. They have great defense, even while they're playing players like freaking Luke Cornett, who is one of the most irrelevant players in the NBA right now. I'll just say that very kindly. Basically, this team is just extremely, extremely deep, and that's what's giving them such an advantage. In fact, if you look everywhere else, there weren't much stuff that the Celtics really did better than the Cavs. I mean, yes, they had a few less turnovers, they out-rebounded them pretty drastically. There's nothing really else. They scored the same amount of points in the paint, but the three ball just fell tonight, which is as to be expected, because the one game that the Celtics lost in this series, they shot 22% from three, which is ridiculous. And the Cavs also shot 46% in that game, just basically meaning that one team had to do extremely well, which won't happen again, and one team had to do extremely poorly, which also won't happen again. The Celtics game 2 curse seems to be a real thing because they always lose game 2s for some reason. But after that, they just cook the other team the entire series. I mean, last year obviously was a bit disappointing when they lost to the Miami Heat, but the year before that, when they got to the finals with a much, much worse roster than this, guys, if they don't make it to the NBA championship, I will be so, so surprised. There's really no argument going against them because the way that things are shaping up right now, it's either going to be the Knicks or the Pacers who are going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics, assuming that the Celtics win the Cavs series, which they definitely, definitely will. And when that happens, let's be honest, the Knicks Pacers series is probably going to 6, maybe even 7. And then you're going to have a beat up Knicks or Pacers, which both of their aspects that really make them special and have allowed them to get to this place is their physicality and grit and grind. They're going to be tired. The Celtics, they're probably going to wrap this series up in 5, 6 tops. They will not be tired, they will be well rested, and they will be coming out to bite. I mean, honestly, you just can't really make an argument for the Celtics not to win. Because Jason Tatum in this playoff run has been playing pretty horribly. He's been the 15th best player in these playoffs, behind players such as Josh Hart. Yeah, that's right. Josh Hart's been playing better than him. And obviously, you have Jalen Brunson being the best player in these playoffs, but it just can't be a one-man show. Once those Eastern Conference Finals are over, I mean, just look at the West. You have either the Timberwolves or the Nuggets advancing, and whoever wins that is going to play the Thunder or the Mavericks, which is also a pretty good series. By the time that those two are over, both teams will just be so, so tired that they won't even have a minuscule chance to take on this super team Celtics. Basically, what I'm saying is the Celtics are your 2024 NBA champions. The NBA should be scared. Should be scared of the Celtics. For some reason, people have been calling Jason Tatum overrated recently. A few days ago, I posted a video saying that Jason Tatum was better than Anthony Edwards, and everyone said that I was just hating for no reason, and I was being stupid. That's just not true. Jason Tatum is maybe not a generational talent, but undoubtedly an amazing player. He was top 5 in MVP voting the entire season. Jaylen Brown, he's been an all-star for the past 3 seasons. Derek White almost won Defensive Player of the Year. Their coach, Joe Mazzulla, is a great young coach. Drew Holiday has won Defensive Player of the Year. He's made all-star teams. And even the 10th option on their team, Peyton Pritchard, has proven that he's capable of dropping 40 points. Guys, it's wraps for the league. It's just over. The Celtics are too good to lose this year. I just don't see it happening. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Like the video if you enjoyed.